Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate. So let's go to the third floor. Now, we have heard that the people of the Iron Throne are, or the leaders of the Iron Throne I should say, are staying on this floor and are meeting with the Knights of the Shield. And that's pretty much our that's our objective, to speak with them and, you know, probably confront them and kill them. So before we do that, I think I will go to the fourth floor and explore the rest of the tower before we do what we want to do here. But first, let me talk to this priest of Ogma.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Alright, he's also a level coordinator. No, I don't need your help. Alright, so this is the fourth floor.
Alright.
This is Shistal.
Excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
He's a monk that we've heard is quite a different person from how he used to be. Leave me be, stranger. I've work to do. All the other monks gave me a warm welcome. Why not you? Do you not recognize me? It is Seville. Sorry to have disturbed you, I will go. Do you not recognize me? Certainly, Seville. I did not recognize your face, my apologies. I trust your journeys have been comfortable. The Cloakwood can be cold this time of year. If you will excuse me, I should go. The Cloakwood? How does he know I've been to the Cloakwood? Of course, I will not disturb you further. How did you know I had gone to the Cloakwood? Yeah, that's a good question. I have relatives in the region. Yes, they must have seen you and sent a note on your progress. So relatives in the Cloakwood, but I haven't really met anyone in the Cloakwood who you could be related to. How would they know who I was? I think you're lying. But Shistal, you've never mentioned any family before. That must be it. Sorry to have disturbed you. Let's go with number 1. I think you're lying. You would do well to leave me be. I tire of this game. Take your questions and go away, monkey. Oh no, I have more questions to ask. For starters, who are you, really? I did not mean to alarm you. Perhaps I was mistaken. Goodbye. No, who are you? I am your death, foolish meat. Alright.
Companion. Alright.
Let me go away with Seville,
Really?
and I'll send in Shartil.
What?
And I accidentally clicked the guy, so I will need to wait for him to do what he was supposed to do. So yeah, he morphed into a greater doppelganger. This is the first time we meet one of these guys. We have already met lesser ones, but the greater ones are much more dangerous. So let me go and give him a little bit of magic missile love. Alright, that was easy. Chazar gem. I'll put that in the gem bag.
You called. Alright.
Now let's take a look around here. The priest of Ogma.
Companion.
Oh,
Absolutely.
come on. Come on, Seville.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Alright, he's just another level coordinator. Oh,
I've done had enough
a
of
locked container. Alright. I guess we can steal some stuff from here.
If you wish it. Absolutely.
Why not?
this. What you want?
Is it also logged? Not it. No, it's not. Let's talk to the Watcher then.
I should have joined the army.
Huh, the twerp's grown up, I see. Let's That's not very nice. Alright, that's empty.
Fine.
Yep. I'm gone.
Wisdom is only possessed by the learned.
Alright, let's see if we can steal from here or if we are going to be caught. Ah, no. Alright, let's reload.
I've done had enough of this.
Absolutely.
Let's just go then.
You're this way.
Oh. Now he's come out of that room, so let me go back in and steal that wand. There we go. So this is a wand, and I think it's a wand of fear. Alright. I don't think I need it. I'll just sell it the next time I get to a place where that's possible.
Yes. Fine.
No, excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
Okay.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Thought you could learn something of value outside the walls, did you, Seville? I knew you'd come scampering back before the snows fell. No, I'm not scampering back. I just have business here.
You called.
Everyone is so rude to me here. Okay,
Companion. What? Absolutely.
just a couple of spell scrolls. History of the Shadowdale 7. I don't think I am quite up to that point yet.
Man, okay.
Yes. Fine.
Dragon Coast, we have already read about that one. Shadowdale 6.
Wisdom is only possessed by the learned.
That guy is still the level
If
coordinator.
it bleeds, I'll do it.
You call. Fine.
Oh, it's logged.
What you
Himon,
want? This way.
come back here. I need you.
Companion. All right.
Yep. I'm gone.
What? Absolutely.
I care not. I'm gone.
If you wish. All right.
Let's see. History of the Moon Sea.
I'm
Yeah,
gone.
we have read that before.
I can do that. Fine.
What you want? I'm gone.
Ah, there were 20 gold under that pillow. Alright.
As you request. Fine.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Let's check the fifth floor. Fifth
Absolutely.
Our
floor.
library is a man's harem of knowledge.
That's quite difficult for me to pronounce that word. Seville, good to see you. I trust you are well. This is Piato. As well as can be expected, Piato. How have you been? I feel as though life is dragging me along by a noose, Piato. Not good at all. Get out of my way, Piato. I am in no mood to speak with you. Yeah, I guess Seville is kind of the grumpy type. Let's go with number 2. My friend, I am so sorry to hear this. Please, if you need to chat about anything, do not hesitate to come by my quarters. You do remember where they are, don't you? No matter. First we must make sure you get some rest. Goran's old room is where you shall stay. No need to tell you where it is, I am sure. Third room on the south corridor, just as it was. I believe it may be a few things there that Goran left to you. Here, let me take you to the chest.
All right.
Alright, let's follow him. So that's the chest, I guess.
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
After you retrieve the scroll, it would be good of you to Teth Thoril. He's waiting for you just upstairs. Alright, I'll be sure to check that out. And there is a scroll for us here. And it seems like it's a scroll from Gorion himself. Alright, let's see. Hello, Seville. If you are reading this, it means I have met an untimely death. I would tell you not to grieve for me, but I feel much better thinking that you would. There are things I must tell you in this letter that I might have told you before. However, if my death came too soon, then I would have never been given the chance. First off, I am not your biological father, for that distinction lies with an entity known as Baal. That Baal that I speak of is the one you know of as a divinity. Alright, so the game has hinted to this fact many times before, that Seville, or the protagonist of the game, in this case Seville, is a child of the god Baal, or Baal, I think Baal is how it's pronounced in this game, who in the time of troubles walked the Forgotten Realms, and you know, he has made a bunch of children with some priests of you know, of Baal himself. So we are one of his children, and also we have read about Alando's prophecies and how Baal's children will kill each other, and one of them will rise to the top. So that's not a very good news for us. So let's continue reading. In the crisis known as the Time of Troubles, when the gods walked Faerun, Baal was also forced into a mortal shell. He was somehow forewarned of the death that awaited him during this time. For reasons unknown to me, he sought out women of every race and form, forced himself upon them. Your mother was one of those women, and as you know, she died in childbirth. I had been her friend and, on occasion, lover. I felt obligated to raise you as my own. I have always thought of you as my child, and I hope you still think of me as your father. You are a special child. The blood of the gods runs through your veins. If you make use of your extensive library, you will find that our founder, Alando, has many prophecies concerning the coming of the spawn of Baal. Indeed, we have read about that. There are many who will want to use you for their own purposes. One, a man who calls himself Sarevok, is the worst danger. He has studied here at Candlekeep and thus knows a great deal about your history and who you are. Gorion. So yeah, this is probably the time that we should also take a look at how the name Sarevok, when reversed, spells out Coveras, who we've talked to. So Sarevok and Coveras are the same man, and he knows a huge amount about our involvement with this prophecy, and also the prophecy itself. So yeah, he is the main danger here, and we can also assume that he was the guy in the black armor who has killed Gorion. So if we are to we are to take revenge for Gorion's death, we should kill Sarevok himself. Okay. Alright, well, that's interesting news for sure. We have found out that we are born of a deity. Oh.
Yep, I'm gone.
It's your turn, Imoen. I still need to steal some stuff here. Okay.
Yes, fine.
No, excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
Alright, Piato still says the same thing, that we should speak to Tethtoril. And I guess we will
I care
at some
not.
point.
I'm gone.
You called. Fine.
History of the Moon C.
You're this way.
Companion.
Not something that I need to read right now.
All right.
History of the North 3. I guess I will read that.
Do you want? I've done had enough of
But
this.
first let me steal the rest of the stuff on this level.
What?
I know nothing more. I've done
Yes.
had enough of this.
All right.
Good on you if you save the day. I'm gone.
Okay. Now we have stolen a bunch of stuff. Let's take a look at what we found. Potion of defense. That's, I guess, useful in some cases. Cloak. Cloak of protection +1. We already have a bunch of those, so I'll just give it to Shartil to sell later. And we have found this History of the North 3, Recent History of the North. Let's see. In the waning summer months of 1367, an immense orc horde descended from the spine of the world, intent on winding its way south into the trade lands of the north. This force of orcs, led by King Granier, I don't know, surged its way south between the Moonwood and the Coldwood, stopping just outside of the Citadel of Many Arrows. King Obold, orc leader of the Citadel of Many Arrows, was terrified at the prospect of another orc horde, despite the fact that he knew they should be working together against the humans of the north and the spawn of Hellgate Keep. His tribal shamans, however, had been predicting a treacherous fall of the Citadel, and they told the king that he'd be disposed by other orcs. Thus, in the dark day when King Granier and his horde of 150,000 orcs appeared at the plains outside the Citadel of Many Arrows, King Obold announced his followers that this horde had been sent to dislodge them from their home and send them out to be scavenging among the plains. He vowed that, as grim as his witness, the Citadel of Many Arrows would slaughter these treacherous orcs like elves during a festival. For 4 months, the 40,000 orcs within the Citadel held their ground. Assault after assault was mounted against the high walls of the garrison, but the attacking orcs were losing far more than the defenders. Still, the living conditions within the walls, never too good to begin with, created losses of their own. The battle for the Citadel of Many Arrows culminated during the first week of Oktar, as another light blanket of snow sought to bury the gathered orcs. King Granier threw his entire remaining army at the Citadel, bursting its gates and pitting orc against orc in a flurry of swords. As the two orc kings sought one another out along the ramparts, the Citadel began to burn. The orcs that survived the battle still speak of the extraordinary prowess of the two kings as they battled one another before their troops. Finally, however, King Obold ran Granier through with his longsword, but Obold was severely wounded by the time Granier had breathed his last breath. The orcs erupted into battle once again, and no one is quite certain what became of King Obold. It was through the smoke and snow that the victors of the conflict emerged, the dwarves of Clan Warcrown, along with the contingent of troops from Silvery Moon. Charging in through the shattered gates, these new attackers quickly routed the exhausted orcs from the citadel, sending them scurrying off into the wilderness. King Emerus, Warcrown now rules the citadel of many arrows, though the dwarves now call the city by its old name of Felbar. Most of the north still tend to refer to the city as the citadel, however, waiting to see if it can withstand the next orc horde. King Warcrown has put out a call for all dwarves to help defend the citadel, and news of a new vein of gold and silver is spreading rapidly through dwarven communities. Okay, so that's interesting. Let me just put that book into one of these containers. I don't need it anymore. King Obold is also a very famous Forgotten Realms character. He is probably the most famous orc alive in the Forgotten Realms, although from that book it didn't seem like he would be alive, or it was unsure. But I think he survived that battle, and then later he had some conflicts with Driss the Urden and some other, heroes of the Forgotten Realms as well. So yeah, let's continue on and check out the 5th level. Now I have paused the game here because this is Gate Warden, and as soon as we talk to Gate Warden, he will start a script in the game that that I don't want to deal with yet. So first let's go back downstairs and talk to the Iron Throne leaders on the 3rd level. The way this place has been designed is very interesting, because you cannot really find out all the information in a single playthrough unless you already know what you are looking for. There is a good chance if you talk to either these guys or the Gate Warden, you will miss some very important information from the other source. So
What? Absolutely.
I will do my best to give the most information that's possible in this playthrough. Let's talk to this reader.
No, excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you like that. I'm just rather busy right now. Okay. History of the Fateful Coin. We have read that before. And we have found out that people whose coins are on their edge are people who make their own destinies. And we have also found out from a guy named Portal Bandarwinden that according to him our coin is on its edge. So it's a good chance that we are making our own destinies.
Excuse me, but I'm late for my classes.
Okay, Dales and the Elven Court. We've already read about that. Shadowdale 7. Shadowdale 8. 9. A shield scroll. I'll put that away. And the North 3. We have just read about that. Okay, so here we can see that we have found the leaders of the Iron Throne, starting with Realtar. My dear sir, you must realize that it is manners that make the gentleman, so would you kindly prove that you are one by leaving? The right people can afford to be rude, but this is not you. Leave now, before my irate companion Brunos lets his temper get ahead of his reason. Okay, let's see. Let's review our answers here. Fine, we'll be on our way. You're the leaders of the Iron Throne. We are the ones who've caused you so much trouble over the past weeks. We know that you're what you're all about, and soon so will Duke Elton. You're the bastards behind the troubles from here to Baldur's Gate. Now that we have you where we want you, don't think we are going to let you live. Let's go with number 2. And you're stupid enough to admit this? Well, my young friend, you may find safety within the library, but once you've left, there will be no place for you to run. Well, you know, we've already dealt with a bunch of assassins, so I don't know why he thinks he can kill us. How about we just end all of our problems right here and now? Draw steel and let's sort everything out with the sharp of our blades. We'll leave, but don't think this is the last of it. It won't be, not by a long shot. Alright, so this is the place where we need to decide what we will do with these guys. It's kind of going against our, you know, our respect for the Candlekeep library for us to just slaughter them right here. But I guess Seville wouldn't really let them leave. Not when he can kill them right here. For now, let's go with number 2, and then maybe we can you know, get a better shot at positioning ourselves in order to kill these guys. That's fine, little ones. I'm sure we can expect to see you in the future. If not in person, then at least your heads. So yeah, I don't think we should let them live. So there are 4 of them here, but we have already heard that there were 3 leaders of the Iron Throne who came here, and we can only see 2 of them here, Realtar and Brunos. The third one is quite possibly Serevok himself, who disguised himself as Coveras. And it's also interesting that Serevok told Realtar that he could not accompany him to Candlekeep, so Realtar might not know that Serevok is also here. For now, let me just take a look around here, see what other stuff we can find in this part of the library. History of the North 5. History of the Valley of the Gods. I think we have read that before. It's that place that you need to reach in order to become a god. And it's mostly just legend, I bet. Alright. Yeah, I think we will kill these guys. But first, let's go talk to each of them. Brunos. What do you think you're doing here, you cock-brained louts? You cork-brained louts. Get out of here, or I'll let me boys to re-roast you but good. Alright, so Brunos doesn't quite sound like he's the brains of this group.
We are being spied upon.
Tooth. Not to insult your demeanor on our first meeting, but I've met more considerate creatures in the darkest of dungeons. You had best have a good explanation of this intrusion. We were assured that these rooms were to be private. So this guy likes to use big words. I don't care what you were assured. If I wish to interrupt you, I will. My apologies, I'll leave you directly. This is a long way to come for privacy. What might you be talking about here today that's so sensitive? Let's try to ask number 3. Likely you are just compensating for a lonely childhood, but now it is time to go seeking attention. Now is not the time to go seeking attention. Leave us be. Alright, he doesn't want to talk, I guess. Castor.
The Iron Throne demands much. Perhaps more than the Knights of the Shield can give.
Interesting. If you are just about done poking about this private room, please don't hesitate to get out the bloody hell out. My utmost apologies, I simply wish to know the topic of your meeting. You talk pretty big for such a small man. I go where I wish. I assure you, I simply entered the wrong room by mistake. I'll be on my way in a moment. Let's go with number 1. What is the topic of your meeting? If the topic of our meeting was open to the public, we'd have posted it on the door, and even though you wouldn't have had to come into the room. And even then you wouldn't have had to come into the room. There's no fighting allowed in the keep, but so help me, if you don't leave, my next warning will be delivered on the edge of a blade. Alright, I guess we should we'll talk to Realtar once again.
Your arrogance is most distasteful.
As I told you before, get out and stop bothering us.
I love bloodshed.
Alright, now it's time for bloodshed, so Shartil will be satisfied, I guess. Let's go and attack Realtar himself. Okay, so now the leader of the Iron Throne is dead. And that's a pretty big victory for us, but the fight is not done yet. There is still Brunos and his and these 2 associates of them.
Back home, Puffguts would always tell me.
Let me cast some spells here. Actually, let's go with this.
What do you need?
Alright.
Yes. You called.
Yeah, you just go ahead and cast Chromatic Orb.
Men are pathetic. If it bleeds, I can kill it.
Companion.
Ooh, I'm gonna work out some anger on you.
I love bloodshed.
And that's the end for the leaders of the Iron Throne, as well as the Knights of the Shield agents who were sent to deal with them. Let's take a look at what they had. A bunch of potions. I guess I'll take those. Alright. Let's give this to Shartil, why not? And I always forget who has the best lore score in the party, so let me just check real quick. Seville has 21, 11, 31, 25, and 19. So yeah, Imoen has the best one. Medium shield +1, longsword +1, morning star +1, and chainmail +1. Okay. We'll give these to Shartil. Oops. Okay, so
Yes. All right.
we have dealt with the leaders of the Iron Throne, and no doubt That will cause us some problems since we are not supposed to fight in the middle of the library here. But we'll deal with those in the next episode. For now I will end this one here, so thank you for watching and I'll see you later. Bye bye.